What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Beast of Reincarnation is finally out, and you are about to start your first run. There are a handful of early decisions that quietly shape everything that comes after. Get those right, and the whole game opens up smoothly. Get them wrong, and you will spend hours wondering why your skills are locked and your dog is doing nothing. So this is not a systems explainer. It is a straight checklist. 10 things to actually go and do in roughly the order you should do them. Everything here is aimed at your first session, and there are no story spoilers. Let us get straight into it. Number 1, pick your difficulty honestly before you do anything else. You get 3 options from the start: normal and hard and story. Story mode is a lot smarter than it sounds. Rather than just lowering enemy health, it genuinely widens the parry timing windows. It also reduces the damage you take, so you are still learning the real mechanic, the same one you would use on hard. You just get more room to land it, and you can adjust the difficulty on the fly at any point. Nothing is locked off and there is no penalty, so there is no reason to be proud about this on run 1. Start where you will actually enjoy yourself, then move up the moment the parry starts clicking. Number 2, and this is the single most important habit to build: learn the parry before anything else. Time it right and you take 0 damage, which is reason enough on its own. But here is what makes it non-negotiable in this game. Every clean parry you land fills your FP gauge, and FP is the entire fuel supply for your dog's abilities. So if you play scared and roll away from everything, Coup does nothing at all. Your defense is not just survival here, it is your whole offensive economy, which means a safe looking option is actually the one that starves you. Spend your first hour deliberately parrying weak enemies until the timing feels natural. Everything else in this video depends on it. One more thing worth knowing while you practice: Coup has a full bloom state at maximum charge. The interface shows it granting 100% bonus damage. It also shows 50% extra stagger, so banking your parries for that window is worth real damage. Number 3, stop watching the health bar. Enemies here carry a second meter called the down gauge. Fill that up and you stagger them. A staggered enemy opens up a takedown finisher, and that finisher does far more damage than grinding away at health ever will. So the correct question mid-fight is not how much health is left. It is how close am I to breaking this thing. Attacks that build the gauge are worth more than attacks that shave health. Once you start reading fights that way, the whole pace of a boss encounter changes. This is the single biggest difference between people who find the bosses fair and people who find them exhausting. One more layer sits on top of this. Enemies here carry levels, and that number changes how much damage you deal and take. There are also type weaknesses worth exploiting. Plant type and golem type foes both take extra from the right damage, so check what you are actually fighting before you commit. Number 4, and this one is badly underused early on. Emma's hair is not just a traversal gimmick. You get 2 abilities worth learning immediately. Lift works like a double jump, and holding the jump button sends her higher. Extend throws her hair out in a straight line to bridge a gap. Now here's the part people miss. Enemies have a limited awareness range above them, so use lift to rise clean out of that range, then drop straight down onto them for an air assassination. You can also use extend to build a path directly over a patrol. That turns almost any outdoor camp into a free opening kill. Start practicing it now because it stays useful for the entire game. Number 5, remember that you are building 2 characters and not 1. Emma has her own skill tree. Coup has a completely separate one. They draw from a shared pool of points, so neglecting either side leaves you lopsided, and there is a catch that catches almost everybody out. Your 3 attributes are strength, vitality, and fluorescence. They do not just raise your numbers. They also gate which nodes you are allowed to unlock. So if you are staring at a node you cannot take, it is rarely a missing skill point. It is almost always an attribute requirement, which means spreading points evenly is the wrong move here. Pick a direction early and feed the attribute that opens it. Number 6, and this is a whole system that is easy to walk straight past. On top of the skill trees, you can buy skill mods and attach them to Coup's bloom arts. These give passive bonuses to what his abilities already do. There are different families to pull from. The incantation side leans into building status effects. The guard side is about supporting Emma and her combat effectiveness. And crucially, you're not locked into one family. You can mix and match mods across the different trees to build exactly the support you want. Do not agonize over it either, because respecs become available later on, so attach something now rather than hoarding them for a perfect setup. And a quick word on where these come from. You buy skill mods rather than finding them on the ground, so keep a little currency spare instead of dumping everything into gear. Number 7, fill your Spirit Stone slots deliberately. Alongside your weapon and your ammo type and your armor, you have got stone slots. There are up to 6 of them, and these are not flat percentage bonuses. They add genuinely new effects to how you fight. The ones seen so far include shots that automatically track enemy heads. There is bonus damage against enemies that have not spotted you, and there is a straight increase to your rate of fire. Read those back and you will notice something. That is an aiming aid, a stealth reward, and a range tempo buff. Those are not stat boosts, they are playstyles. So treat every new stone as a reason to reconsider your whole setup. Number 8, learn Q's command wheel early. You open it with the left trigger, which is L2 on PlayStation. The one to know about immediately is emergency medicine. It clears status effects off you fast, and status effects are what turn a manageable fight into a disaster, but there is a limit worth respecting. You only get a finite number of uses out in the field, so it is an emergency button and not a habit. There is also a skill mod called Healing Energy. That one makes Q cure your status effects through his matching blue mart. And remember that Q can be taken down in a fight. If he goes down, this whole safety net goes with him. Number 9, explore properly instead of beelining the story. And now there is a concrete reason to do it. Scattered around the world, you will find generator devices, electronic brains, and memory chips. Those are not vendor trash, or they are the materials that level up your base, which we will get to in a second. Side paths and hidden corners are where they live. This is also where Emma's hair traversal pays off a second time. Extend and lift open routes that are not obvious from ground level. So when a ledge looks unreachable, it usually is not. Detour first and push the story second. Worth separating 2 things here as well. Camps are your bonfire equivalent out in the world. That is where you heal and level up and acquire skills. It is also where you spend upgrade points and enhance your equipment. The base is a different system entirely. And number 10, the one I would genuinely prioritize. Your home base is a machine called the Cleanse Walker. It is both your house and your vehicle between regions, but it is far more than a hub because your weapon upgrades are tied directly to its level. If the Walker is underleveled, your weapon simply cannot be upgraded further. That is the wall a lot of people are going to hit around the mid game without understanding why. So spend those generator devices and electronic brains and memory chips on leveling it. Then check the equipment enhancement screen to see exactly what level each weapon upgrade needs. Doing that early keeps your damage curve ahead of the enemy curve. Ignore it and every fight slowly gets harder than it should be. So that is the checklist for your first session. Set your difficulty honestly and learn the parry before anything else. Play for the down gauge and get comfortable assassinating from the air. Feed both trees and respect those attribute gates. Then let your stones and mods shape the build from there and keep that Cleanse Walker leveled so your weapons never stall. Do those in roughly that order and your first 10 hours will go a lot smoother. I have got a full combat guide and a builds breakdown already up if you want to go deeper. And one last reassurance before you go, dying here costs you no materials and no experience. Enemies you have already cleared stay cleared as well. So the cost of trying something strange is close to 0. Genuinely go and experiment. Now tell me down in the comments, which one of these did you find out the hard way? Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.